My boyfriend, Jake, suffered brain damage saving me, leaving him with intermittent amnesia. The best way to jog his memory was to recreate the day he got hurt. I'd run to him, half naked, after being harassed, a desperate plea for help painted across my face. The more realistic the reenactment, the faster he'd remember me. This was attempt number 99. I put on the ripped clothes, a profound sense of despair washing over me as I walked toward the empty room. Then I overheard his friend's taunts. Jake, man, how many times have we seen the same scene? I know the exact number of moles on Summer's body. When do we get a turn? Jake scoffed. If I hadn't saved her, I wouldn't be injured, in the hospital, missing Amy's call. 99 times is her punishment. My fists clenched. My long nails dug into my flesh, but I felt no pain. Later, Jake knelt at my door, sobbing. Summer, I'm sorry. Can you love me again? I wore clothes torn to shreds, entering the specially designed secret room. Jake had lined the walls with mirrors. I poked one. There was a space between my finger and the reflection. It was a two-way mirror. He could see me, but I couldn't see him. I turned to the man standing in the middle of the room, intermittent amnesia. Who are you? What are you doing here? Jake's eyes were wary, his arms crossed defensively. The same scenario played out again. Each time I made myself more pathetic, my clothes more torn, the faster Jake remembered me. Each time I clearly saw his eyes shift from guarded to full of love, him pulling me close, desperate to hold me. I remember everything. You're my Summer, the woman I love. Hearing his passionate confession, I'd hug him tightly, tears streaming down my face. Jake, I love you too. Thinking about it now is laughable. I was an object, a performance for his friend's amusement. Who are you? Jake grabbed my wrist. Pain shot through me, and I gritted my teeth. Jake, don't you remember me? I'm your lover. The words felt foreign today. Jake sized me up, his lips curled in disdain. Lover? I don't know you. You're not my lover. Once, I couldn't bear to hear him say such things. I desperately wanted him to remember me, our relationship, so I'd do whatever it took to restore his memory. But today, Jake noticed my hesitation. He frowned, scrutinizing me from head to toe. You look kind of familiar. Really? I forced a bitter smile. The door burst open, and Jake's two friends beckoned me. Summer, Jake hasn't recovered his memory yet. Hurry up. Their eyes were glued to my body, their throats working. Didn't it go smoothly before? Come on, let us help you. No, don't. There was never any help before, but they ignored my pleas. One man pinned me against the mirror, the other's hands roaming over my body. No, don't. My shoulders shook uncontrollably, tears streaming down my pale face. I begged, but they didn't listen. It's okay, Summer, we're helping you. The more realistic you are, the faster Jake will remember. The man continued his actions, his breath hot on my ear. I looked at Jake. Help me. He hesitated, and my heart broke. The men finished, shoving me away. I stumbled towards Jake, clinging to his legs. Jake, help me. Ugh, my head hurts. Jake clutched his temple, collapsing into the chair. His eyes, red-rimmed, fell on me, almost naked on the floor. The two men winked at me, then slipped out. With a loud crash, Jake threw the chair to the floor. Then, the familiar tenderness flickered in his eyes. He grabbed my hand, pulling me into his arms. His voice, strained, whispered in my ear. I remember. You're my Summer. Don't be afraid. No one will hurt you again. I buried my face in his chest, sobbing uncontrollably. Jake, you finally remembered. His two friends' eyes practically devoured me. Jake glanced at me, saying nothing. Did he really not remember any of it? His phone rang. Seeing the contact name, my heart lurched. He quickly covered the screen, but the light in his eyes was something I'd never seen before. On the drive home, Jake was lost in thought. At a crossroads, he pulled out his phone, glanced at it, and his face darkened. Summer, something urgent came up at the office. Can you go home by yourself? His voice was gentle. So gentle I barely registered what he was doing before he'd unbuckled my seatbelt and gently pulled me out of the car. Summer, I'm sorry. Those were his last words to me. Watching the car speed away, I bit my lip. Jake, I deserve better, I thought. I followed him to a bar. Jake, why are you so late on such an important day? By the way, Summer looked incredibly hot today. I posted the video to the group chat. The guys went crazy. So hot. My face paled, my lower lip trembling. Okay, Amy's coming later. Don't mention Summer. This whole thing almost made me crack. You guys can't help next time. I almost couldn't keep up the act. Jake, what are you doing here? A woman's voice, sharp with accusation. Damn, Amy, that's a short skirt. Everyone, look away. I need to get Amy something to cover up. Jake took off his jacket and pulled Amy into a hug. Humph, don't think I don't know. You're still checking Summer out. That whole amnesia act with her. Amy pouted, punching Jake's chest. Mrs. Miller, you got him wrong. He's sacrificing himself for everyone. He always lets us enjoy the show first. He only has eyes for you. The familiar voice brought back memories, making me tremble. Amy, Summer, and I are just acting. You're the only one for me. Jake kissed Amy, his eyes filled with a tenderness I'd never seen before. I walked home like a zombie, opening my closet, full of tiny tank tops and tight skirts, outfits Jake always dressed me in. Summer, you look amazing in this. My phone rang. When are you coming home? Summer, you shameless homewrecker, get out here. A woman screamed from my doorway. I opened the door to a slap across my face. A vicious voice snarled. Who the hell told you to seduce our boyfriends? The burning pain made me flinch. I looked up at the three strangers. Who am I seducing? I don't know you. One of the women held up her phone. Bullshit. Don't know us? Our boyfriend's group chat is full of pictures and videos of you naked. Pictures and videos? I grabbed the phone, opening the video. I recognized the room. It was the scene from yesterday's act. How? I posted the video to the group chat. The words from the bar echoed in my ears. I didn't post it. I desperately explained. My boyfriend, he has amnesia, and this is the only way he'll remember me. A girl shoved me, her eyes blazing. Summer, I've seen Shameless, but you're next level. level. Amnesia? It requires you to be naked? Make up a better lie. My nose stung, my eyes welling. It's true. It's the only way he'll remember. He saved me. Huh, you'll say anything. We've already posted the chat logs to your school forum. Ask them if they believe you. No, don't. Tears fell despite my efforts. I reached for the phone, only to be kicked in the stomach. Pain ripped through me, and I curled up on the floor, sobbing. The girls left, muttering insults. I called Jake, wanting answers, wanting to know why he did this to me. But Amy answered, recognizing my voice. She sneered before handing the phone to Jake. Summer, what's wrong? The forum posts. I choked out the story. Okay, I'll find out who did this. I have things to do. Get some rest. I'll contact you. Jake's voice was calm and gentle, as if the photos and videos were from a stranger. Before I could speak, he hung up. I tried again, but he didn't answer. My hands trembled as I logged onto the school forum. The top post was the screenshot the girls showed me, recognizable to anyone who knew me. The comments were piling up. Whoa, isn't that Summer, the computer science department's hottie? So cold on the outside, so wild on the inside? The poster just said she went looking for her. Said she did this to help her boyfriend remember. City folks know how to play. Total BDSM role play, acting like a pure love warrior. No one forced her to wear that. She's asking for it. I opened Jake's WeChat, hoping for an explanation, but the sheer volume of messages broke my last defense. I cried myself to sleep, clutching my pillow. The next day, the post was still up, and I received a message from my graduate advisor. Summer, did you hear what's happening on campus? Your teacher's wife is furious. I can't supervise your graduate studies anymore. Find another advisor. I scrambled to contact other advisors, but was met with rejection. One advisor's daughter even snatched the phone and sneered. Don't bother. You play so freely. Who'd want you? Don't call again. All my hard work, all the effort for grad school seemed to vanish. I could only call Jake again. If he told the truth, I still had a chance. The phone rang 3 times, and when he answered, I jumped out of bed. Jake, can you please? Hold on, Mom. Who is this?